Okay, time to start placing some components. This circuit is based around a NPN transistor, so I'll grab an NPN transistor from the button here and place it in the middle of the screen like so. I can always zoom in and zoom out if I want less or more room to draw. I would think that that's probably about right, like that. Next, I'll need a resistor which goes on the collector of the transistor. I'll put that there because there's a few components to go in between these two. And then I'll need a resistor to supply the base current into the transistor, which I'll put there. I'll also need a resistor on the output. Simetrix, like a lot of analog simulators, requires a DC path to ground from every node, so I'll need a resistor on the output to provide that DC path. Okay, that's it for resistors. Next, capacitor. I want an input capacitor and an output capacitor. Now the input capacitor will go here, but I don't want it to be in that orientation. I want it to run horizontally. And I do that by selecting the, well, first of all, right click on the mouse to get back to the cross cursor which selects items. I'll select the capacitor and then click the rotate button here to rotate it. I can then pick it up using the select button and place it where I want. If I hit the duplicate button now, I will get another capacitor in the same orientation. If I hit that button, I would start placing a capacitor in the wrong orientation, so I won't. Right click to get rid of it. I'll select this and duplicate it, and then I get another capacitor in the orientation that I want. So I'll put that on the output. That'll be about there. Now, every circuit needs a ground, so I'll put a ground down here. And finally, I will need a voltage source to act as the battery. That I'll put there. And another voltage source to provide the input signal, which is going to be fed into the base of the transistor. I'll put it there. Now, all these components have come in with their default names. C1, R1, R2, V1, that sort of thing, which aren't terribly helpful, and it's often clearer if you can rename them with something a bit more sensible. So, select the item, right-click on it, and select Add on Edit Properties, this one. Double-click on Ref, and that allows me to change what this component is called. I'll call it RC because it's the resistor on the collector. Hit OK, OK, and it's now called RC. In the same way, I can convert this one so that it's called RB, the base. I can make my input capacitor here and call it C in. I can take the output capacitor and call it C out. I can take my load resistor and give it the name R load. I can take the voltage source that provides the power to the whole circuit and call this one VCC, standard name for the power supply that feeds into the collector of a transistor. And this one, which is V2, I can just rename that one to be, I don't know, how about V1, since it's the first one. Okay, that's it. Next job, wire it all up.